Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best camera for street photography.
Starting at number 5.
OM System Olympus. Last but not least is the Olympus OM EM10 Mark IV, one of the best budget mirrorless cameras we've tested. It uses a micro Four Thirds sensor, so, generally speaking, image quality won't be quite as good as what you'd get out of the high-resolution APS-C sensor on the Fujifilm X-T5. But the upside of that smaller sensor is that it's a much more portable camera system with smaller lenses. It's also one of the few cameras to feature in-body image stabilization at this price point, making it easier to get clear handheld shots at slower shutter speeds. The ergonomics are also solid, especially for such a small camera. However, it doesn't have the most reliable autofocus system, and its build quality isn't as good as more expensive models. But if you're looking for a compact camera system that won't cost you a fortune, the EM10 Mark IV is a great choice.
Coming at number 4.
Fujifilm X-T5 Mirrorless. While you can't beat compact cameras for portability, an interchangeable lens camera gives you more versatility. The Fujifilm X-T5 is one of the best street photography cameras with an interchangeable lens design. Like the Fujifilm X100 V, it has old-school Fujifilm exposure dials that make it easy to adjust your settings on the go, and it brings back the three-way tilting screen from older models in the XT series, so you can capture shots from almost any angle. The camera is also relatively compact and has an excellent battery life for a mirrorless model. The camera's 40-megapixel sensor is one of the highest resolution APS-C sensors on the market, capturing a greater level of fine detail and giving you more flexibility to crop your images, which is great for those who prefer to take street photos from farther away. If you're more of a photography purist, you might enjoy the design of the Fujifilm X Pro 3, which is a great alternative to the X-T5. It uses an older generation sensor with a lower resolution, but its hybrid viewfinder and reverse tilting screen are meant to encourage more engagement with your surroundings, which is a big plus for street photography.
At number 3.
Fujifilm X100 V Digital. Fujifilm's X100 series has long been a favorite among street photographers, and we still think the Fujifilm X100 V deserves a spot on this list. That said, it's hard to recommend because it's become almost impossible to find. If you're determined to own an X100 V, you can try to get on a waitlist at your local camera shop, though stock shortages have also inflated its price significantly. With a new model rumored to be on the horizon, you might be better off waiting for its follow-up. Still, if you can get an X100 V, it's one of the best premium point-and-shoots for street photography. It may not be the most compact choice, being notably bulkier than the Ricoh GR3 and the Sony RX 107. Still, it has everything you'd want in an everyday carry-around camera, and its sleek vintage-inspired design evokes the classic rangefinder cameras favored by street photography legends of the past. Aside from just looking the part, its high-resolution APS-C sensor can also capture stunning photos straight out of the camera. Best of all is its unique hybrid viewfinder, which toggles between an optical viewfinder for an unfiltered view of your subjects and an electronic viewfinder to preview exposure settings in real time.
Number 2 of my list.
Sony RX 107 Premium. If you'd prefer a compact camera with a bit of zoom range, the Sony RX 107 is the best camera for street photography with a built-in zoom lens. It's similar in size to the Ricoh GR3, though it uses a smaller 1-inch sensor, making it less suited to low-light shooting. Despite that, it's still an excellent sensor for its size, with a stacked design that allows for incredibly quick 20 frames per second burst shooting. Beyond that, its built-in lens has a versatile 24 to 200 mm equivalent focal length range, giving you more flexibility with framing. Despite its compact design, the camera also comes with useful extras like a small pop-up EVF that comes in handy on sunny days and a tilting screen that's great for waist-level shots. Physical controls are somewhat limited, so if you'd prefer more of an old-school feel with manual exposure dials, the Panasonic Lumix LX102 is a great alternative if you can find it. However, it's been discontinued and has a shorter zoom range than the Sony.
And number 1.
RICO GR the 3rd Street. The RICO GR3 was made for street photographers, and if you're looking for something pocketable, this is the best camera for street photography. Its minimalist design isn't the sexiest, you won't find a viewfinder or tilting screen here, but you can't beat its small, unassuming form factor for discretion and portability. Despite its compact size, it uses a relatively large APS-C sensor, so you'll still get excellent image quality and solid low-light performance. While the GR3 doesn't have the fastest or most reliable autofocus, it comes with a unique snap focus feature that's ideal for street shooting. With the press of a button, the camera snaps the focus to a preset distance, which is incredibly convenient for quick, discrete shots when you can gauge your distance to a subject. The wide-angle 28mm full-frame equivalent focal length is also well-suited to street photography, giving you a lot of coverage and room to crop in if needed. If you prefer a slightly narrower field of view, you can opt for the Ricoh GR-II9 instead, which is a tad pricier but comes with a 40mm equivalent lens.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.